See what was done to Tinubu when he arrived Germany. Tinubu and 7 other African leaders in Germany for G20 Compact with African Conference. The Nigerian president will hold bilateral talks with German Chancellor Scholz. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and 17 other African leaders are expected to attend the G20 Compact with African Conference scheduled for Berlin, the German capital, today. Out of the 18 African countries attending the one-day Compact with Africa Summit, 10 nations, namely Egypt, Ethiopia, Benin, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Morocco, Rwanda, Senegal, Togo, Tunisia, are the Compact with Africa member countries, while the remaining 8 countries, namely South Africa, Nigeria, Angola, Mauritius, Kenya, Democratic Republic of Congo, Comoros, and Zambia, were invited to the summit as observers. Now, Tinubu arrived in Berlin on Sunday for the G20 conference. The president's official plane, the Nigerian Air Force One, touched down at the Willy Brandt Berlin Brandenburg International Airport in Berlin about 1:17 a.m. It was received by Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Toga, and charge the affairs of Nigerian's embassy in Germany, Ambassador Ngekem Regina Ocheni. The G20 CWA is hosted with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz at the GW Moritz Hotel in Berlin. Now, during the conference, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu would join other heads of state and government of CWA member countries, bilateral partners, as well as heads of international organizations to celebrate on the immediate enhancement of economic and business cooperation with a view to outlining concrete measures to boost investments in critical areas such as energy, trade, infrastructures, and new technology, among others. Taking place, the G20 CWA conference will be taking place simultaneously with the 4th GW20 Investment Summit, co-hosted by the German government and German business associates. Tinubu is expected to continue his drive for foreign direct investment in Nigeria as he leads Nigeria's delegation to participate in the investment summit. This visit also affirms Tinubu's commitment to diplomatic reciprocity, as the invitation to Germany from the German Chancellor is being honored following the visit of German Chancellor to Abuja and Lagos, Nigeria, from October 29th to October 30th. Now, leveraging the opportunity presented by the 4th G20 Investment Summit, the Nigerian delegation would follow up on productive meetings previously conducted with high-ranking representatives from German business organizations who were part of the official delegations of the German Chancellor to Nigeria. The president on Monday would also hold bilateral talks with Scholz and top officials of the 2 countries, including ministers expected to be in attendance by 11:40 a.m. Now, apart from meetings with Tinubu, Scholz would also meet with Chairperson of the African Union AU, Mr. Osomani Azali, Chairperson of the African Union Commission, Mr. Moussa Faki Mahamat, and Prime Minister of the Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Mr. Abiy Ahmed Ali. President of the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire, Mr. Alassane Ouattara, Head of Government of the Kingdom of Morocco, Mr. Aziz, President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, President of the Republic of Senegal, Mr. Macky Sall, and President of the Republic of Togo, Mr. Faure. In his discussion with scholars in October, Tinubu had highlighted the imminent need for more German companies to invest in the Nigerian market across multiple sectors of Nigerian economy, such as transportation, mining, and energy, while noting that Nigeria remains Germany's second-largest trade partner in Africa. Nigeria and Germany, being the largest economies in Africa and Europe, respectively recorded an increase in bilateral trade volume from 2 to 3 billion euros between 2021 and 2022. Now, Professor Akinyemi spoke on the announcement of the G20 welcoming the African Union as a permanent member during its summit, which was held between the 9th and 10th of September in New Delhi, and the benefits that will bring to Africa at large. Akinyemi, however, said that the reason that Nigeria is not a member of the G20 is because of bad leadership that has driven our economy to the ground, and that President Tinubu and Nigerians were paying the price for the bad leadership in the past. However, he said that Tinubu is now in a position where he can maximize on the goodwill of the international community as the new president of the G20 in Brazil, who has good relationship with Nigeria. He also said that Tinubu could continue to grow diplomatic relations with other countries. Akinyemi then said, therefore, President Tinubu should set up a task force whose objective will be that by the next summit, Nigeria will actually be sponsored for permanent membership of the G20. He then advised Tinubu to focus on international development and the growth of the economy and other resources, saying that you cannot clap with an empty hand. He advised that Nigerians should stop demarketing the country, saying we also now have our own part to play, and that is to stop demarketing Nigeria, because irrespective of what government does, if we the people have no faith in our own country, in our own government, it will backfire. In the meantime, Akinyemi said that for Nigeria to reap the benefits of this platform that was given to Africa, officials in the country should run for positions in the African Union. He said we should go and we should go into fighting for any post that is free that we feel will be in our national interest. We should go and contest for that post. When we do so, then we will now be in the leadership of institutions in the African Union. That way, whatever it is that the African Union is pushing in the G20 or any other international organizations will not be detrimental to the interest of Nigerian. And also, speaking of his expectations of the African Union in the G20, Akinyemi said, I should expect that the African Union should be pushing the policies of the African Exim Bank, the policies of the African Development Bank, the African Free Trade Agreement, all those institutions that we need to protect and we've put in place to advance African interests. We expect that the African Union uses its position in G20 to push in the global sense.